Mr. Natan Sharansky, you are president of the Jewish Agency for Israel. You are in Brussels for a conference on asset restitution, Holocaust restitution. I would like to have your views on the situation in Europe. Do you think that the situation of Jews in Europe today is worrying?
Well, in the last few years, I think there are many Jews who are asking themselves if there is future for Jewish community in Europe. I have to say, I was here in Belgium a couple of years ago after the terrorist attack museum, and I had a meeting with representatives of different youth movements, the young people, and I asked them, do you think there is future for Jews in Belgium? It's interesting, nobody was ready to say there will be no future. But nobody was ready to say firmly, yes, there is future. So it is really a big question. This returning of the classical anti-Semitism, sometimes through new citizens of Europe, sometimes coming from Islamic world, but together with the new anti-Semitism in the form of hatred towards Israel, discrimination, delegitimization, double standard towards Israel, these two components are creating some situation extremely uncomfortable for Jewish communities. That's why, for example, in France, studies show that half of French Jews already decided that their future should not be in France. We see the figures of Aliyah to Israel, unprecedented number of Jews from the Western Europe who make decision to come to Israel, but because we always welcome and help them. For the first time, the stream of Aliyah from Western Europe sometimes becomes even equal to the stream of Aliyah from Eastern Europe. Now, the real question is not only to what extent the governments are ready to protect security of citizens. That's for sure. I have to say that the French government and other governments in Europe are doing a lot to guarantee security of Jewish communities. But at the same time, if the atmosphere is hostile, if both from the left and the right, new and old anti-Semitism is becoming part of the life, it's not something that Jews will feel comfortable. So, but that's the challenge for European leaders who keep saying that Europe without Jews will never be the same Europe. So it's their challenge to do it. Our challenge at the head of Jewish Agency, first to make sure that those who are thinking to come to Israel, to make Israel as attractive to them and as comfortable as possible. But second, to try to help the Jewish communities to be stronger in every place in the world. I just now was in Germany, where there is a very young Jewish community emerged because of immigration from the former Soviet Union. And these people had no identity and no traditional life in the open society. And so it is very important to encourage, strengthen young leadership of proud Jews. On the other hand, in many countries, for many Jewish communities in Europe, the question of restitutions, the question of unfinished justice is important. A number of East European countries now joined Free Europe, and we are, I personally, the one who was involved in the struggle to bring down the Iron Curtain and to finish control by communist empire, the other people. I was very happy and very glad that these new nations became part of Free Europe. But becoming part of Europe means to become part of its values. And you cannot be really integrated in Europe and at the same time not to recognize your obligation to return the property, the assets which were robbed by Nazis and which were not returned by communist regimes. So these are the types of things which were discussed today in Brussels, and we believe it's very important, not only for Jewish survivors. And we have to remember that every hour there are another 2 or 3 survivors of Holocaust who are dying away. So it's really, with every hour, we have less and less opportunities to give justice to them. So these are the urgent questions which have to be addressed.
But don't you think that anti-Semitism today in Europe is more of a problem in Western Europe than in Eastern Europe?
Yes, I have to say that it's true. In fact, in Eastern Europe, especially in countries like Russia or Ukraine, where official anti-Semitism was always a very important component of the anti-Semitic atmosphere, official government anti-Semitism doesn't exist today. And of course, the anti-Semitism in the streets to some extent exists, but first of all, there is no influence of Islamic anti-Semitism, and second, there is no influence of new anti-Semitism, of hatred towards Israel. In fact, attitude towards Israel is very positive. If you move to the Western Europe, to the classical liberal Europe, where Jews always were part of it, they were building it and so on, this new anti-Semitism, hatred towards Israel, unjust attitude or clear double standards towards Israel, which prevail in European institutions, are so obvious that it is feeding, also supporting or cooperating in some strange way with the classical old anti-Semitic prejudices which still exist.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.